Good morning, everyone. This is Father Nate, missionary priest in Italy. Thanks for joining us on December 28th, 2024. So this is Saturday, obviously within the octave of Christmas, but because we're celebrating these feasts that come up within the octave, today is the Feast of the Holy Innocents, Martyrs. So today's gospel is proper to the feast. It comes to us from Matthew's Gospel, chapter 2, verses 13 through 18. When the magi had departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream and said, "Rise, take the child and his mother, flee to Egypt, and stay there until I tell you. Herod is going to search for the child to destroy him." Joseph rose and took the child and his mother by night and departed for Egypt. He stayed there until the death of Herod, that what the Lord had said through the prophet might be fulfilled. "Out of Egypt I called my son." When Herod realized that he had been deceived by the magi, he became furious. He ordered the massacre of all the boys in Bethlehem and its vicinity, 2 years and under, in accordance with the time he had ascertained from the magi. Then was fulfilled what had been said through Jeremiah the prophet. A voice was heard in Ramah, sobbing in loud lamentation, Rachel weeping for her children, and she would not be consoled, since they were no more. As we make our way through the Christmas octave, we come to another, perhaps more difficult feast, that of the Holy Innocents. Now, there's a lot we could say about this feast, like how it reminds us of the preciousness of life, and how no one is too young to bear witness to Christ and to his kingdom. But one of the most important thoughts we can consider is how the birth of Christ makes sense of innocent suffering. There's many mysteries in the world, and certainly one of the most difficult to understand is why the innocent suffer. It would seem that people should suffer because of their sins, but oftentimes we see this isn't the case. Sometimes it seems even the contrary. The sinful get off easy, and the innocent suffer, and in a particular way, children. On one hand, this follows from being a part of humanity. Since in Adam all sinned, in Adam too, everyone must share in the wages of that sin: death, suffering, and sorrow. Yet after Christ's coming, the suffering of the innocent takes on new meaning. Christ himself had no sin. He was perfectly innocent. And thus the innocent, in their sufferings, imitate Christ in a particularly powerful and profound way. If those sufferings are offered to God, then they bring about the work of sanctification and purification of the sins of others. As Blessed Carlo Gnocchi put it, every child who suffers is like a small, precious reliquary of the Christian redemption, which is brought about and renewed in time for the expiation of the sins of each day. In other words, a child or any innocent person who suffers is like a representation of Calvary. In their pains and sufferings, Christ is made present again, and particularly in their sufferings, grace can be obtained for the conversion and sanctification of many. As we read in John's Gospel, "Rabbi," the disciples asked at the sight of a man born blind, "Who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" "Neither he nor his parents sinned," replied Jesus, miraculously restoring the man's sight. "It is so that the works of God might be made visible through him." In the mysterious Christian economy, the suffering of the innocent is also for the manifestations of the works of God and those of man, the works of science, mercy, love, and charity. Today, let's pray through the intercession of the Holy Innocents and Mary, the Mother of God, for the grace to unite ourselves and our sufferings to Christ, and thus become participants in his work of redemption.
If you found this video fruitful, please feel free to share it with a friend or family member. Or if you would like to learn more about our missionary priests throughout the world and how to support them, please visit iveamerica.org. Thank you for watching, and God bless.